Good afternoon, welcome, vanakkam and namaskara. I'm Nagarjun Dwarkanath and you're watching So South on India Today. And joining me live today is also Akshita Nandagopal. Akshita, welcome to Bengaluru firstly. Ela
Thank
unnaru?
you. Oh my God.
This is So South. We have to speak in the
Nalla
southern
irke. I will
languages.
speak in Tamil. But nice to be a part of this broadcast of So South. Nice to be back home in the South. But Naga, I think full focus on what's happening in your state, in Karnataka.
Well, the next 30 minutes is completely packed with all the breaking news and updates regarding the power tussle that's happening in Karnataka. And joining me also live are Sagai Raj and Apurva Jayachandran in the heart of the city in Bengaluru, who will be getting you all the updates, what has transpired yesterday and what will happen next over the next few days. And the first up is some breaking news coming in. Let's go to the breaking news. In fact, that's the first time that since the war of words has happened, broken out, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar together have shared a stage in a women and child welfare government event here in Bengaluru Palace Ground, and both of them are seen seated next to each other. And while welcoming in the speech, both of them took each other's name as well. Remember, just last evening, hours before wordplay and wordplay had happened, DK Shivakumar very sarcastically had put out a tweet, which he also did a U-turn saying that I didn't put the tweet on. And later in the evening, Chief Minister put out a tweet also saying that my word is for the 5 years of all the guarantees as well. How do you see this, Akshita, that whole wordplay going on and then together coming back on the stage?
Well, literally a war of words that's playing out right now in Karnataka. It's gotten ugly, if you ask me, Naga. You know, all this while they kept saying High Command will decide, High Command will decide. It's clearly there's a sense of restlessness among the leaders too, which is why it ended up getting into this level of, social media, targeting, jibing and taunting each other. But also the messaging that comes across is that, look, we can't let governance suffer, because that's been a big political flashpoint in Karnataka, which is why you see the Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister discharging their duties, being a part of these events. We were listening to that speech keenly to see if there will be any taunts, any jibes. Nothing really that emerged, but I think it doesn't mean all is well just because you have these pictures on your screens.
Joining me live is also Anaga Keshav, who was at the event when DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah were sharing the stage. Anaga, could you pick up some body language cues? How was the chemistry between both the leaders? Did they speak to each other off record? Did DK Shivakumar say some few words to Siddaramaiah, seers, or vice versa? How did you see them?
Well, of course, we did see a lot of camaraderie between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. They were very cordial and friendly with each other, one must say. In fact, even DK also made a speech on the stage where he was only talking about the Anganwadi scheme and about former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. That was the only topic that he was talking about. Nothing, no indirect jibes really at Siddaramaiah or the Congress High Command were taken by DK Shivakumar, who in fact has been putting out tweets saying that word power is world power. In fact, this morning when I was outside his residence, a lot of MLAs also came in to meet DK Shivakumar. Mallikarjun Kharge's son Priyanka Kharge was one of the first to enter DK Shivakumar's residence early this morning. We believe that he was sent there to firefight the situation. But when we asked Priyanka Kharge, as usual, there was a lot of dismissal. He said, why can't me being an MLA meet my Deputy Chief Minister about administrative related issues? But we all know that's not really the case. There is a lot of dissidence that's going on in Congress, and therefore Mallikarjun Kharge's son Priyanka Kharge was sent first thing in the morning to meet with DK Shivakumar at his residence. Right after Priyanka Kharge left, we saw a lot of other MLAs who belong to DK's camp. For example, Kotnur Manjunath also come in to meet with DK Shivakumar. Shortly after that, we saw Vokkaliga seers come in and meet with DK Shivakumar. In fact, right after meeting, this Vokkaliga seer, he made a statement saying that the Congress High Command had promised DK Shivakumar for a Chief Minister's position for this power sharing formula of 2.5 years. He also spoke about how much DK Shivakumar has sacrificed for the Congress High Command in terms of funds, in terms of selling his assets to save Congress in terms of AICC's crisis. That's the kind of sacrifice that DK Shivakumar has made, and rightfully so. He should be rewarded for that by making him, him as the next Chief Minister, is what this Vokkaliga seer and all his supporters said. All this happened early this morning at DK Shivakumar's residence. Right after that, he went to Palace grounds to deliver a speech and talk about Indira Gandhi.
Well, that's true. In fact, usually these two leaders, when they share the stage on government events, usually they end up talking to each other, exchanging some files, some notes, or maybe some political discussion as to who are the candidates, upcoming elections. All of this usually happens. But today, Akshita, seems like there was no notes exchanged between Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister.
Not surprised. You know, the optics matter. They know it. And I think beyond bitterness also, they know that at this point they can't be seen to be friendly. It's very clear that this has gone beyond just, power battles. It's about ego equations and so much more, which is why both of them right now are not backing off, which again signals exactly what we've been talking about, Naga.
It's clear that after yesterday's tweet of both these leaders, battle lines have been clearly drawn. They have their soldiers, quote unquote, the MLAs in their camp and ready to fight, and the fight will happen, most likely will unfold in Delhi courtroom as well. Moving on to the next breaking, remember that yesterday also it was seer versus seer and caste versus caste that the fight broke out, and once again a prominent Vokkaliga seer has met DK Shivakumar this morning. Last evening it was Nirmalananda Swamiji from the Vokkaliga Mutt, and today Nanjavaduta Swami from Tumkur district, a prominent Vokkaliga seer, has met once again with Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar, throwing his weight behind DK Shivakumar to be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. Seers after seers have been meeting leaders and then giving statements to the media about how they want their own community member to lead Karnataka for the next 2.5 years. Vokkaliga communities have backed DK Shivakumar, and now another prominent seer from the same community visited DK Shivakumar this morning, blessing him and indirectly telling him that our community support and our much support lies with DK Shivakumar. How do you see this, Akshita, that once again the Mutts have come into the forefront to put their weight behind DK Shivakumar?
Perhaps the biggest factor really in the decision that the High Command takes, whether it's going to be Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar, will come down to this factor of caste. OBC vote is hanging essentially in the balance here because of this particular issue. The Congress, when dealing with Siddaramaiah, knows they have to deal with it delicately, number one because of this factor. And so DK Shivakumar, perhaps to counter that, is going ahead with these pressure tactics using his community of Vokkaligas. Let's get you all of those reactions also that have come in from several seers across Karnataka who are pushing, now Vokkaliga seers who are pushing for DK Shivakumar.
ಎಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಗಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಅವಧಿಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಭಾವಿಸಿದ್ವು. ಆದರೆ ಅವರ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಹಿರಿಯರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ 75 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಬಾರಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರನ್ನ ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನು 2.5 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ರಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವರ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್, ನಾನು ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಅವರ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಅವರ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಹೌದಾ ಬಂದ್ರ ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಗ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾಜ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಕೂಡ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾಗಲಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕೆಲಸ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಲವಾರು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕಳೆದ 5-6 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆರಂಭವಾದಾಗಿನಿಂದ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಕುಂಠಿತವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಭಾವನೆ ಮೂಡಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಬೇಗ ನಿವಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಹೌದು ಅಲ್ವೋ ಅಥವಾ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಆಗಬೇಕೋ ಬೇಡವೋ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಶೀಘ್ರ ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಯಾರೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ್ರೂ ಅಥವಾ ಈಗಿರುವ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳೇ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳ ಕಡೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನರ ಇದು ಮನವಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ದಿನಗಳಿಂದಲೂ ಕೂಡ ದಲಿತ CM ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಬೇಡಿಕೆ ಇದೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಕಾರ್ಯಗತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ.
Under his leadership, party has gone for the election. He led the party. He brought the party into the power. Under his leadership, party has gone for the election. He led the party. He brought the party into the power.
ಸಂವಿಧಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಠಾಧೀಶರು ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಶಾಸಕರಿಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಶಾಸಕರು ಯಾರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಿರ್ಣಯನ ಶಾಸಕರು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಹೊರತು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ.
Those are all the reactions that have come in so far. There is pressure piling, yes, but pin drop silence amid this from the High Command. Let me bring in Sagaraj for more details on what we're seeing right now. These pressure tactics by Vokkaliga seers. We saw similar OBC meet that took place yesterday as well, Sagar, but across Karnataka, all of the speculation clearly rattling caste groups. Ultimately, when it comes down to the OBC versus Vokkaliga factor for the Congress, what perhaps will be a bigger factor is the OBC vote. So how does DK Shivakumar really essentially ensure that he is equally a competitor on that front?
So if you notice that 2 days back, DK Shivakumar had met Satish Jarkoli, and according to sources, what we get to learn is he had sought the support of Satish Jarkoli, saying that if you support me, you can go ahead and become the KPCC President and Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka. And he has also said that he will not oppose, if at all, if the High Command asks for this, and he will also propose for this. So DK Shivakumar is playing his cards very safely. And even if you notice, what we also get to learn from the sources from AICC is that even Rahul Gandhi want to keep OBC, SC, ST and minority votes intact. So even if they work out any kind of formula, whether if there is any kind of transition happens from Siddaramaiah to DK Shivakumar, probably they will look into Deputy Chief Minister, more than 1 or 2 Deputy Chief Minister in these communities, as well as accommodate one of the top leaders from one of those communities as a KPCC President.
Well, that's the right balance. I think DK Shivakumar is looking at that. If he's taking the Chief Minister chair, then he'll need some backward class members to be in his camp and give them the plum portfolio, maybe even Deputy Chief Minister. That's the big question. We'll have to wait and see if the change happens. What would be the formula that DK Shivakumar will go with? And joining me live is also Apurva Jayachandran. Apurva, you're in Vidhan Sauda, where it's the heart of administration. People usually accuse, and the BJP is accusing of the government, that governance has taken a back seat, administration has taken a back seat. But what are you picking up from Vidhan Sauda? Is the CM scheduled to be in Vidhan Sauda this evening for any official meet, for any government meet?
Well, Nagarjun, in fact, if we do look at the schedule there, be it the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, one of the most priorities that they are ensuring amidst this tussle is that they are not negligent in their duties and to the ministerial posts and berth that they have been given. Even today morning at the palace grounds that we also see that how both the Deputy Chief Minister and the Chief Minister came together for this event. This was for, from the Department of Minorities and Women Welfare Commission, and all of those you can see from the visuals there. Yes, they might have internal tussle that is going on between the parties, between the MLAs who are there rooting for each of their leaders. But at the end, it's a united front and a united picture that they are bringing about. And much like that, even this evening, it is also likely that the CM will be arriving here at Vidhan Sauda, where he will be holding ahead meetings with the officials as planned this evening as well. So schedule for the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister as per their, office duties that do contain, remain to be the same. They are going ahead as per schedule, but behind closed doors, we do see.
Chief Minister are making the right comments. They're ensuring they're not embarrassing the party while attending the government meetings, but at the back end, you know what's exactly happening. MLAs are going to meet High Command, seers are giving statements. This wouldn't have happened, Akshita, without the blessings of the leaders themselves.
Of course, it's all power tactics. As much as they claim that, this is a figment of imagination of the media, let's face it, there have been endless reactions, there have been clear power moves, all given the blessings of the two leaders. I'd say more behind it, considering you've got more leaders putting their hands up and saying, we want to be Chief Minister too.
Yeah, we had Mr. Parmeshwar yesterday say that I'm also in the part of Chief Minister's race. Why not? Since 2013, I've been waiting to be in the line to be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. Well, we'll have to wait and see what he would also say in the upcoming few days. And joining me live also is Mr. Syed Asad Abbas, who is a political analyst. Abbas, welcome to the show, So South here. I'm just wanted to ask you, how is the Congress delaying this? After Bihar results, also they are not willing to address the Karnataka chaos or the crisis that has happened. both DK Shivakumar and Chief Minister are waiting, constantly looking at their phones. Their PAs are quite alert, literally 24 hours looking at the phone, hoping that they would get a message or a call from KC Venugopal's office.
Nagarjun, firstly, hearty congratulations to you, Akshita, and the whole team of India today. You guys have been doing a fantastic job covering the Nataka in Karnataka. Kudos to you guys. Also, coming to what is happening here in Karnataka, let me weigh in on both the leaders. Nagarjun, you're absolutely aware that Siddaramaiah is a Kuruba leader, one of the tallest leader in the history of politics here in Karnataka. Not just that, the Ahinda movement which came in after Lord Baswanna for the OBCs, SCs, STs, this is one tall leader which can beat none. Also, if you look at DK Shivakumar, undoubtedly a strong man of the Vokkaliga community. But let us see who's got the MLAs, who've got the ministers. Little birdies tell me that the largest majority is being enjoyed by Siddaramaiah. Over 100 MLAs swear by his name and stand with his support. So does dozens of ministers in the cabinet. So therefore, here I would say it is a power strength show which is coming through from a DK Shivakumar, so that 2028 he was able to rein in the weight. Not just that, when Randeep Singh Surjewala was here in Karnataka, he did a rain check matter on the same front. And he also figured that the maximum number of MLAs here reside with Siddaramaiah. Also, if you look at after the Bihar debacle, they won't want a Ashok Gehlot-like situation here in
Point
Karnataka.
of all of this, ultimately, we're all analyzing, decoding who has support, who doesn't. But the one who should be doing it, sitting in Delhi, the High Command, they've done nothing about it. And frankly, it's embarrassing for the Congress that this has dragged on as long as it has.
You're absolutely right. I think it is sacrosanct upon the Gandhi family, the High Command, Mallikarjun Kharge ji, to come in and take a strong decision. Because without a decision, this is going to go on for a long time. But let me make a prophecy on your show. Come January, Siddaramaiah will break the record of Devraj Aras to become the longest serving chief minister in the history of Karnataka. Not just that, 2 days back to Deccan Herald, DK Shivakumar ji made a statement and he said, Namma Vedya Vakya, which means my word is sacrosanct. We will work under the guidance of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji and he will continue to be our chief minister. Now again, of course, politics is on. Let's hope for the best and this power tussle, this crisis comes to a full end.
Let's hope for the best. In fact, that's the statement of not just you and you Abbas, but also the MLAs in both the camps. Joining me live also is Mr. Dr. P. Pulla Rao, political analyst. Mr. Pulla Rao, welcome to the show. How do you see this caste versus caste has turned out in Karnataka? It's a bad optics. As much as we speak that caste has to be kept out of politics, caste has to be kept out of mainstream life. Now we have seen Mutt versus Mutt, seers versus seers in Karnataka giving statements against each other.
No, it's caste, totally caste. And, I'm surprised. Yes, Mr. Abbas may be right. Siddaramaiah ji might present the budget, but he has to go. To be very frank, I think Shivakumar's day has come. He's the 7th or 8th term MLA, never lost, and is too powerful to keep him out. The time looks like that. There may be very big names in Delhi and other places, but would you like an unhappy Shivakumar there in Karnataka?
Sure.
I don't think Mr. Abbas would want that also.
No, but Dr. Pulla Rao, you've addressed the biggest issue. If the biggest issue is caste, you're saying DK Shivakumar is powerful, but if the biggest issue is caste, then it's advantage Siddaramaiah, isn't it?
Not at all. After Devraj Urs, can somebody tell me who has... You see, when you're in power, I'm sorry to say, weaker sections all unite behind the chief minister. When you're not in power, it's goodbye. Show me one major backward caste leader who has come up in the last 30 years. That's the way caste works. There's not a single, it's not one whole backward caste. It's hundreds of OBCs, hundreds of other sects. So to say they're all here with us is not correct. It is not at all correct. It does not work that way in Uttar Pradesh. It has not worked that way in Bihar. It has not worked anywhere like that. It is, Vokkaligas or Lingayats. In Karnataka, they still call the shots. And you cannot get ahead with them, without them. Therefore, I see
quick
change
counter
coming.
to
I think that's the hard reality that one has to accept, that caste still is in the mainstream politics of Karnataka.
Nagarjun, if you look at
Final
the caste,
question to you, Abbas.
yes.
What?
Coming to Vokkaliga,
Final
Vokkaliga,
question to you, Abbas.
there are
Just
several...
that. What? Yeah. Go on,
H.D.
Abbas.
Devegowda, yes, H.D. Devegowda ji, Kumaraswamy ji, even the vote, the Vokkaliga vote is split between a BJP, JDS, and a Congress. Whereas the Kuruba, large share of votes go to a Siddaramaiah of the Congress, the OBC, SC, ST, the Ahinda movement, which came a social revolutionary movement from Siddaramaiah. Now, Pulla Rao ji is absolutely right. DK Shivakumar is a master strategist, sir. He is a master craftsman. He is a troubleshooter of the party. He is a rainmaker. He wins elections. But what will the High Command of the Congress party do when over 100 MLAs, majority of ministers, all of them stand by a Siddaramaiah? So therefore, let us understand it is not going to be an easy decision for a Rahul Gandhi, because managing the two political leaders here
Well,
in
that's true. In
Karnataka, which
fact,
matter
it
the
will
most,
not going to
is
be
going
an
to be
easy
challenging.
decision for the High Command also, because both of them bring their own strengths to the table, Akshita.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, I thank Mr. Pullarao as well as Abbas for sharing
Yeah,
their
thank you.
thoughts with us here on So South. More breaking news coming in from Kalburgi district. Supporters of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah have performed a mass prayer in a temple here and have broken 101 coconuts in Karnataka, Akshita. There's something called Eid Gai, where you break coconuts in temples, then you believe that your wishes are fulfilled. And that's what Siddaramaiah's followers have done in Sharana Basaveshwara temple in Kalburgi district. Kalburgi also remember, happens to be the hometown of Mallikarjun Kharge. So it's significant that in his hometown, they have broken 101 coconuts in a temple, asking God that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah will continue to be the Chief Minister till 2028.
I think this was the only aspect that was missing from the entire Nataka we've been covering, which is to have divine intervention also being sought now. Followers, supporters doing everything it takes, going to temples, doing pujas, and in this case, going ahead and breaking 101 coconuts, because they believe that that then will ensure that the Chief Minister of their choice remains or is brought in. I won't be surprised if in the next 24 hours it becomes 102 coconuts from DK Shivkumar's camp.
I will not be surprised also. Earlier in Chief Minister's, in DK Shivkumar camp, people did Tulabara, where they kept photo of Shivkumar on a weighing scale on one side and flowers on the other side of the weighing
As
scale.
long as it's not gold.
Yeah, it's not gold, it was flowers. So that's also a seva to be done in temples usually in Karnataka. Tulabara yesterday and today, Eid Gai, 101 coconuts being broken, in asking that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah continues till 2020. And more breaking news coming in and developments that happened this morning from DK Shivakumar's residence. His loyalist MLAs from his camp, Nanjegowda and Manjunath from Kolar district, have met DK Shivakumar and discussed what needs to be done. Remember, Kolar also has senior Congress MLAs, out of which two such MLAs, Nanjegowda from Malur and Kotnur Manjunath from Kolar constituency, have met DK Shivakumar. There was a closed door inside room talk is what we are told. Remember, yesterday Chief Minister's camp met him in the breakfast meeting at his residence, official residence, and this morning more MLAs from DK Shivakumar camp who have not been seen in the camera till now for the first time have come to meet DK Shivakumar, clearly saying that my allegiance or my affiliation is with this leader. And now they're going to come out and say that we are here for some government work, official duty, but we know in the closed room talks what would have transpired and what would have been spoken about. Kotnur Manjunath belongs to the Kolar constituency. Nanjegowda is from the Malur constituency. Both of these leaders have met DK Shivakumar is what we are told. And Adil, that took place in DK Shivkumar's residence, Akshita.
Interesting development. Sagai Raj is with us on that. Sagai, looking at, the influx of MLAs at both residences, at both camps, all of these meetings will lead to speculation that, look, this MLA is on this side, that MLA is with this leader. What do the numbers look like right now? If you were just to kind of look at the number of MLAs who've been making their side known, who they are with, which leader they are supporting, does it look like Siddaramaiah has the advantage, or is DK Shivkumar quickly playing catch-up?
Absolutely, the counting line began backdoors, and if you notice that the Siddaramaiah camp are demanding that if at all, if there is a power transition in the state of Karnataka, they should go and call for a CLP meeting. CLP meeting will definitely play advantage to Siddaramaiah, and that is one of the reasons that leaders like Basuraj Rai Reddy, who spoke to Nagarjuna on the other day, said that they should call MLAs and discuss the power transition, and you should take a head count of it. That's what has happened in the year 2013, and but in 2023, when there was no CLP meeting, there was no count which was being taken. It was announced by High Command. That's what the DK Shivakumar camp says, that when you haven't done during 2023 CLP meeting, why you need to do now? The promise which was being made, the pact which was being made between them, you please execute that rather than going for CLP meeting.
Joining me also is Anaga Keshav. Anaga, is more MLAs set to meet DK Shivakumar? What's his rest of the day looking like? Is he attending any more events, or he's going back to his house? Remember, he went to Mumbai last evening for a personal visit and came back this morning. Hectic schedule for DK Shivakumar also. What does his day look like now?
Well, in fact, now he's in the palace grounds for the government event that's happening. In fact, what we're being told that he's likely to be there till afternoon. After that, he is headed home to have meetings after meetings is what we are being told. In fact, his whole day looks very, very packed with meetings. At his residence particularly, we have a lot of people that we can expect to come and meet DK Shivakumar, because right from morning, people have been coming back to back, one after the other, waiting in queue, waiting for their appointment time to come just to meet DK Shivakumar. So throughout the day, he has hectic meetings that's going on. We can expect more MLAs to come to DK Shivakumar's house to show support, because at the moment, what DK needs the most is the support of MLAs, because when it comes to MLA support, it is advantage Siddaramaiah. So at the moment, DK Shivakumar has to try and cash in as many MLA support as possible if he wants to achieve what he really wants to do. So today there are a lot of meetings that's been planned today.
So let's see, we're going to keep counting the MLAs, the legislators who turn up at Shivakumar's residence. I'll quickly bring in Apurva for an update on Siddaramaiah as well. Apurva, for Siddaramaiah, MLAs is not the issue. The problem is in being able to convince the High Command about, the word that he has given, the word that was given to DK Shivakumar. How does he plan on doing that? Because reportedly today, when in fact one of his supporters asked him, did you give your word? He refused to commit.
Well, that's it, Akshita. In fact, if we do look at this power play that is, playing out, we do see that on each side, both the MLAs from Camp Sidda as well as from Camp DK are going ahead and meeting with their leaders. In fact, earlier this morning, one of, Siddaramaiah's cadres and followers, their supporters, had also asked him about the 2.5-year pact that had been earlier made in 2023 when the Congress came to power here in Karnataka. So, it all boils down to the 2.5-year pact that had been done. Ideally, it was that at the first 2.5 years, it will be Siddaramaiah. Later on, it will be DK who will be taking over the reins from Siddaramaiah. This was, in fact, the word of mouth. And in fact, this word of mouth pact that had happened, was it on paper? Was it word of mouth? All of this circles back around to the word play that is currently going on in the Karnataka politics. We see each leader, be it DK or Siddaramaiah, going ahead and talking about the importance of the word that is being kept. And ultimately, it's about the High Command, what word they are going to keep. Is it that they are going to back Sidhu until 2026 February or March, or is it going to be that they are going to keep their word to DK Shivakumar that had been finalized in 2023 when the Congress had come back to power in Karnataka?
In fact, twists and turns are still plenty as Karnataka's Game of Thrones has reached its climax or finale. War of words continue between the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. DK Shivakumar. Siddaramaiah appeared to taunt DK Shivakumar in a post, quoting, "A word is not a power unless it betters the world for people." Widely seen as a response to DK Shivakumar, the quote that he put, "Word power is world power." And also the BJP, on the other hand, has put out an AI video mocking the whole power struggle, where Chief Minister is seen sitting on a chair that has glue on it, put by Zamir Ahmed Khan, who is the minister and a loyalist of Siddaramaiah camp. And DK Shivakumar brothers, Suresh and Shivakumar themselves, are being shocked and surprised that CM is not letting go of the CM chair. This video is being put up by the BJP. They're taking jibe at the war of words, and BJP leader C.T. Ravi also has said that people need actions and not slogans. Listening to all the reactions coming in on the story.
So will this issue be resolved in Delhi, sir?
There are no issues only to resolve.
So will this issue be resolved in Delhi, sir?
There are no issues only to resolve.
It is High Command. They are going to meet and take whatever decision they want. And that meeting will settle everything, whatever has arisen in Karnataka. DCM naturally will meet senior leaders, senior ministers. That is quite natural. There is nothing very special in that.
Sir, for CM post, do you talk with Rahul Gandhi or Kharge?
No. It is my leaders. I am not in a hurry for anything.
Sir, for CM post, do you talk with Rahul Gandhi or Kharge?
No. It is my leaders. I am not in a hurry for anything.
ಕೇಂದ್ರ ನಾಯಕತ್ವ ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಈಗ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದವರೇ ಆದ ಶ್ರೀಮಾನ್ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಖರ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 3 ಜನ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಕೂತು ಇದನ್ನು ಬಗೆಹರಿಸೋದು ಬಹಳ ಉತ್ತಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಏನು ಮುನಿಯಪ್ಪನವರು ಸಲಹೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಸಹ ಸಹಮತ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
Don't you think that the High Command should be more cautious and address the Karnataka issue much before they could have taken this kind of turns?
See, I do agree what you say, but if you see, rather than getting some response from the High Command, to an extent the media has added a little speculation to it, which has been there last almost 6 months. It's happening, going around, and it depends on, you know, it's I personally feel now it's high time that I should restrain myself not speaking much about it, because there's already a clarity from the High Command that Mr. Karge Sahab has told, and Mr. Surjewala Sahab also tweeted that we are supposed to abstain from not talking such things which will really, at the interest of the party, we need to look in. I think we are all united as one. So yes, there is certain issues now. It's in the ball is in the court of the High Command.
Okay, let's cut across to big breaking news that's coming in. There are questions right now on when the High Command will wake up, smell the coffee, realize what's happening in Karnataka. Here's what we're picking up. There is the parliamentary strategy meet that's happening tomorrow, in which the High Command will be present. That is, of course, with Kharge, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi. What we're hearing is after that, there will be a private discussion with just these 3 leaders, where Karnataka will be brought up. Unsurprisingly, Naga, we're hearing that ultimately it's Sonia Gandhi who will get the final say.
Because she's also involved. Remember when she went to Tihar prison to meet Mr. D.K. Shivakumar when she was the Congress president? DK keeps talking about this, that President herself came to meet me saying that whatever your hard work, there would be fruits for it someday or the later. So he wants to remind the Congress party that Sonia Gandhi herself had come, visited me in Tihar jail. So the ball also lies in her court. Her decision matter, and most likely DK Shivakumar is hoping Sonia Gandhi can convince Rahul Gandhi to hand over the baton to him. And it's crucial meet tomorrow. Remember, it's the Parliamentary Strategy Affairs Group of the Congress party who is meeting, and this will be Kharge, Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. So the final decision in all likely, Akshita, will come by tomorrow. Remember, 29th is what we were talking about also.
Correct.
Always that DK Shivakumar was keenly looking at 29th, and now joining the dots, it seemed like he knew this before, that Sonia Gandhi will take the final call on November 29th. That is tomorrow, is what we are told.
So in that case, once you get some clarification from the High Command, and once that meeting happens, that pull aside with Kharge, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, we are hearing that after that, there is a possibility of the High Command going ahead and summoning both D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. They will be summoned and the final communication will go through. But what we also must highlight here is that with every crisis that comes up, there's a need for Sonia Gandhi to intervene. Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge are unable to deal with the current situation in Karnataka. It happened in 2023, and again now, Naga, it's needing Sonia Gandhi's intervention.
I think there can be only one answer to this, Akshita, that both the leaders are divided in the answers. Seems like Rahul Gandhi is with Siddaramaiah, Mallikarjun Kharge. Seems
For
like
himself?
he wants to be there needs to be a change, or maybe himself. But what's stopping Kharge for advocating of himself is that he can't project himself in front of the Gandhi saying that send me back to Karnataka, because they always say that Mr. Kharge, AICC president, is larger role for
it's not
you.
a good look.
It doesn't look, it's a demotion for him. Because in one phone call, he can summon 3 CMs, and why rather be one
of those who can be summoned.
Absolutely. So it's very difficult unless the pressure comes from Karnataka, where MLAs and senior ministers say, we need a Dalit chief minister. Send us Kharge back to Karnataka. He can lead us because he has all the experience. He's been party president, he's been opposition leader, he's been home minister number 2 in the hierarchy. So he has experience, no dearth of experience. But who is going to take Mr. Kharge's case? And that's the reason I think that Sonia Gandhi will be the final deal breaker here, or the deal maker here, because remember, it's like a 3-bench judge in the Supreme Court of Justice. So two justices are divided over this decision, and finally the CJ or the Chief Justice is likely to take the call, and that is Sonia Gandhi, because she's coming back tomorrow is what we are told, and she'll be a part of this meeting, and final decision lies with Sonia Gandhi and along with Rahul Gandhi and Kharge during the discussions.
I'll bring in Rahul Gautam for more details on that. Rahul, it looks like maybe finally we'll see some movement tomorrow by the High Command. You're telling us from your sources that there will be a pull aside where perhaps Karnataka will be discussed. What that means is essentially the wheels will get turning and that someone will be issued then. Rahul, can you hear me? Apologies, I don't think Rahul is with us. We'll connect with him and we're going to continue getting you all of those details. As promised, from Delhi, right here to Bengaluru, every update that you need to know on what's happening as far as the Karnataka Chief Minister goes will be right here on India Today. Naga, do you want to wrap up this show in the So South style?
That's absolutely true. In fact, we have come to this end of the Nataka and Karnataka episode of today. We dedicated the complete show for the developing stories in Karnataka. We'll see you once again at 1 p.m. on Monday, and we'll ensure that you get all the developments. And today, actually, once again, we have the mega coverage on India Today, non-stop Game of Thrones, Nataka and Karnataka, starting from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. We'll see you once again on Monday, 1 p.m. Until then, take care. Keep watching India Today.